So you don't have to say them, but it may have a defensive do not mention on the questions or state line part if you do.
Each year, approximately 30,000 people are killed or seriously injured on Britain's roads. Speeding is a significant factor, and young people, those aged 17 to 25, are overrepresented in the stats. It's a nationwide issue that affects military communities too. Now in Britain's largest army garrison, the police are taking action.
Speeding claims the lives of thousands of people each year on Britain's roads. But here in Catterick Garrison, the local police force is taking a proactive approach to tackling offenders.
BFBS Forces News joined North Yorkshire Police on a roadside in the garrison. Home to 14,000 people, mostly serving soldiers and their families. Operations like this are happening more often, frequently with support from the Royal Military Police.
We're out here in Catterick Garrison this afternoon to do some speed camera work. When we advertise, say something like that on our community messenger to do with speed, we always get replies from villages that are outside, also within the garrison, about these streets, these roads. They're always speeding, there's always issues, and that's where we like to get out. Once we get the information from the members of the public where it's happening, we come out and we can do speed camera work there.
At the roadside, officers set up their position. Within minutes, the speed gun flags a driver going too fast. According to Break, the road safety charity, drivers aged under 25 are involved in almost a quarter of the collisions that result in death or serious injury. 60% of those collisions occur on rural roads, just like those surrounding garrisons like Catterick. This time the civilian driver is given a warning and sent on their way. It's the type of policing designed to educate, not punish.
We are generally quite well received. It's often the case that when I tell people, I pull someone over, I'll issue them with a caution because we're going to talk about the offence of speeding, and then I'll end up telling people, do you know how fast you were going? And quite oftentimes I'll be taken aback by the speed they were actually doing.
News spreads around the garrison quickly that the officers are in place at a specific location, and so they decide to move. Once reset, the officers deploy their speed gun once again, and just the second vehicle that comes into focus is found to be travelling far in excess of 30 miles per hour, the limit on this road.
Just going to just after discuss your speed, you were doing that related with your work height.
On this occasion, the driver is a serving soldier.
So you don't have to say them, but it may have a defensive do not mention on the questions or state line part if you do so, maybe get the answer. Okay, good as that, yeah, all right.
Okay, and that shows obviously it was 48.
Speed, time and distance that the laser fired out, 91 metres, 48 miles an hour. That's 12 minutes past. Can I get a vehicle check, please? Wharton Road, Catterick Garrison. Can I get a DL as well?
Clocked doing a suspected 48 miles per hour, the officers decide to issue a fine, which the driver can challenge later if they wish.
So one of the results today was a driver who we clocked going 48 miles an hour in a 30 zone. Obviously not acceptable given the current weather conditions today. So I just asked the driver to pull over, signal for him to stop. We have had a word together, and he's been issued a ticket for the offence of speeding in a 30 mile an hour zone. Obviously nearly 20 miles over the legal limit isn't ideally acceptable, which is what we've recorded. It's not the only one today, and I'm not singling that particular driver out specifically. That's just an example of one of the results from today.
Majority of the time they're absolutely fine. Obviously, yes, we are police and potentially issuing them with a ticket, so we do get that politeness from them. But generally they do take on, if issuing words of advice, that they do take it on, and then later on that it would stop them from speeding.
Serving personnel work hard for their money. Many, particularly in a location like Catterick, out of the way and not supported with a train station, spend their hard-earned cash on nice, but often fast cars. And why shouldn't they? But a mix of fast cars, country roads and a general lack of experience when it comes to driving brings major risks.
Our entire team, we all live and work in the same community, and we just want to keep our local community safe. Speeding is one of the fatal 5 offences, especially in the run-up to Christmas. And I know we don't like to say it, but the winter months are coming. We're looking at worse weather, and we're looking at the risks increasing if you're speeding on the roads.
The MOD takes matters like this seriously. Its defence road safety strategy includes Survive the Drive, a programme aimed at serving personnel. In response to our report, the MOD said, "Speeding destroys lives. We're grateful to North Yorkshire Police for the ongoing support they provide enforcing the law to protect personnel and public safety in and around Catterick Garrison." While unit-level training will aim to limit the chances of soldiers and civilians in this busy garrison town from injuring themselves and others on the roads, the police are stood by to catch those who disobey the law. For them, the message is simple: speeding kills. James Wharton, BFBS Forces News, Catterick Garrison. Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.